Psychiatrist Warner Shai proposed a theory beyond Piaget's theory for development. He focused his theory on what happens after formal thought. In doing this, he proposed that in early adulthood, the adult is in an achieving stage, and they progress into middle adulthood and develop into either an executive stage or a responsible stage. And then later in adulthood, they enter into a stage of reintegration. Okay, so in the achieving stage, an individual applies their intelligence to achieving their goals. Rather than simply acquiring knowledge for the sake of acquiring, they begin to acquire specific knowledge that will help them with their goals. Furthermore, they will use their knowledge to achieve their goals and manipulate the world. Here's an interview with 21-year-old Riley Zamora.
What kinds of things have you learned?
I've learned math. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned English, a little bit of psychology, philosophy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that very much. Learned statistics, a lot of coding, stats.
Why do you think you learned those specific things?
Well, those specific things I learned because of my major at school. I'm a stats major.
Here we saw that Riley was more focused on learning things because of his major and his drive to become a data scientist or a statistician. Next, we enter into the responsible stage or the executive stage. In the responsible stage, intelligence is no longer primarily used for achieving one's goals, and it's now applied to maintaining the achievements they made in the previous stage. The individual is more likely to use their intelligence and acquire new intelligence specifically to solve problems related to the world they currently live in. And then in the executive stage, they are more likely to reach out of their own world into the larger world and start applying intelligence to things in that world to try and manipulate it.
Here's a video of 28-year-old Eli Zamora, who is currently in the middle of his career as an engineer at Boeing. Now, the audio did get messed up in this video, but I'll do my best to explain it. Eli first started off speaking about how he was learning a lot of new tools for Excel and learning how to program that application very well. He then moved on to talking about how he's learning and pursuing work politics because he would like to make the workplace a better environment for everybody there, which shows that he is in the executive stage and moving out of the responsibility stage or the responsible stage. Furthermore, he began to speak about how he spends a lot of his free time thinking about how to convince all of the population to do a specific thing, such as reintegrate capes into society. He's doing this because he wants to know what impact he can actually have on the world, which again shows growth in the executive or growth towards the executive stage of life.
Lastly is the reintegration phase. In this phase, the individual is no longer primarily focused on maintaining their position in the world. Rather, they have refocused themselves on things that are meaningful to them. In doing this, they begin to focus their learning on their specific areas of interest rather than trying to acquire information to maintain what they already have. Here's an interview to show how someone in late adulthood applies and acquires their knowledge. And again, the audio got messed up when recording this.
Although the audio got messed up in this video, she speaks a lot about how she focuses her intelligence on specific things she's interested in, such as Ancestry.com. She has traced her ancestry a significant ways back for no other reason than she's interested in it and she has the time and finances to do so. She then goes on to speak about how some of the things that she intentionally goes out of her way to learn are related to sports and politics and history and just areas that she feels very passionate about. This video shows that she is in the reintegration phase of her life. It shows this because her interests are all very focused on things she's specifically interested in rather than being on maintaining past careers and relationships, although those things are still present in a smaller sense in her life. With all this said, it is important to realize that Shai's theory of post-formal thought is more of a framework than an absolute, and adults can move through these stages at different paces and for different reasons throughout their lifespan, although they remain a helpful tool to generalize the larger population. Thanks for watching my video.